idea the amount of ignorant mess we're about to get into right now.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make you.
Hello and welcome to a brand new preview episode for Black on Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah.
Hey.
All right, guys, we're back. Terrence is out this week. He will be back for episode 181, which will be on the 2019 film Just Mercy. This is starring Michael B. Jordan. It is a biographical legal drama, which sort of depicts the life of Brian Stevenson, who is a young defense attorney defending Walter McMillan, who is accused of murder. So Michael B. Jordan and Jamie Foxx both star in this. This is supposed to be really good. I don't think either one of us have seen this yet.
I haven't. Terrence has. He really enjoys this movie.
Yeah, he said it was really great. So this was definitely on my list of things to see. It's always good to see Michael B. Jordan just constantly chasing great material. Like,
Yeah.
And I like him a lot, but I also like the fact that like he'll do a Killmonger role or something, you know, a little, I wouldn't say completely mindless, but like a fun action movie, but then he'll turn around and do stuff like this. It's like super heavy and is able to pull both of them off.
He's much more versatile than I think people give him credit for.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's much more versatile than I gave him credit when I saw him in that, whatever that Josh Trank movie was, which was like
Fantastic Four.
No, not that. Not that Josh Trank movie. The other one that was basically like a low budget Akira story. I can't remember.
Chronicle.
Yes, Chronicle. There you go. So yeah, I mean, I think he's come a long way actually. So look forward to that review next week. You can rent it on YouTube or Amazon, things like that. It's not available. I don't think it's available just streaming free anywhere just yet, but you can rent it. All right. And the random topic this week. So since the last time we had a preview topic, Kamala Harris was chosen as the vice presidential candidate to run alongside Joe Biden for the presidency for 2020 against Trump and Pence. So I've seen a lot of talk about whether or not Kamala Harris is black, which is interesting. And by interesting, I mean incredibly stupid. And so I thought that would make for an interesting topic. Kamala Harris is Jamaican, and her father is Jamaican and her mother is Indian. So does that in fact make her black, Micah?
Look, every time this comes up, I say the same thing. If Kamala Harris ain't black, then Barack Obama ain't black. In your eyes.
Right.
That's what you're telling me.
Right. And some people would say that he's not black either.
Then I would say black does not mean African American.
Yes.
Like I think a lot of people get black and African American confused. And it is, I don't know if that's, I think that's a U.S. thing, right? Like
Sure.
We are the reason that people get those two things confused because there are black people everywhere. There are black people in Britain. There are black people in Asia. And I'm not talking about like African American expats. Like
Right.
there are people with black skin everywhere.
Right.
So I now what does this mean? Like she's not what? Culturally black? Yo, she's Jamaican, yo. Like and
well, she's not even Jamaican. Like she's as culture. I mean, she's as
right.
She's culturally black. She grew up here.
Right. She's American. She grew up in like Oakland or
Yeah,
something.
she was born in Oakland. It's pretty fucking black.
You ask somebody who was born in Oakland with brown skin, are they black? Huh?
Isn't she an AKA? Can you even be an AKA and not be black?
Exactly. Which is going to be real fucking annoying whenever she has a public address that she has to do in front of a crowd.
Oh,
you're going to get all the skiwees and shit.
Fair enough.
It's going to be real annoying. But yo, yeah, like let's stop pretending like she's not black. Yes, she's black, yo. Like I see a lot of people who have have I saw one guy who we went to high school with.
We don't need names.
Well, she identifies more with her Indian side, so she ain't black. Like, first of all, this is coming from someone who is not biracial, so you don't know the push-pull relationship that biracial people have with their identity, man. So stop acting like you do, and just like it's way more complicated than, well, she ain't black though.
Well,
like what does that even mean, right?
Like I guess I'm confused as, like, to your point, and I think it's a good one. She more identifies with her Indian side. One, that does not seem to be true. Like, I don't know that I would say that's true at all. I wouldn't say that she doesn't identify with her Indian side. Like, I've watched the video of her, like, hanging out with Mindy Kaling, and they were talking about, like, their Indian moms and shit like that, like, and making Indian food. I find it really obnoxious. I'm not biracial. You're not biracial. But I find it really obnoxious that when white people tell black people about who they are and what their identity is, and black people find that offensive. But I also don't like when black people try to tell biracial black people about their identity. You're not that person. Like, and you're not in their situation. Just shut up about it. Like, just shut up about it. And to your point, if Kamala Harris isn't black, then Barack Obama isn't black, and people would be like, I'm fine with saying that. But you would also be saying, by the way, that Huey P. Newton, the founder of the Black Panthers, is also not black. Like, really? This is where we're going now? By the way, last time I checked, most of black people in America have some level of white blood in them because slavery. So where does the line end? Does the line end that if your parents are both not what we would consider quote unquote black, then you're not black? Or is it like,
is it a DNA thing?
Right. Like, because then how far does it go? I'd venture to guess, like, I've seen my grandmother on my dad's side. I've seen my uncle on my dad's side, who are both incredibly light. My guess is they didn't come from Africa that color. So probably there's a little bit of rape going on during slavery. So what, now my entire lineage is not black? What kind of dumb shit is that? Like, did I get my blackness back because my dad, who is light skinned, happened to be with my mom, who is darker, and then they made me? So then it changes. Like, what kind of dumb fuck shit is that? The logic doesn't make sense. So are you going by DNA? Because if you're going by DNA, then you probably should shut the fuck up, because you don't even know your own. And if you're not going by that, then what kind of arbitrary science are you going with to just remove somebody's blackness? That also doesn't make sense. So it's best to go, you have a black parent? Yeah. Okay, then you're black. Period. That's it. You got one? That's enough. So I don't, and people are like, Jamaicans aren't black. I'm like, all right, y'all live in a weird planet, man. You live in a weird planet.
That's the most ignorant thing I've heard all day, right? Like, Jamaicans ain't black. Huh?
They're not African American, you're right. Like, right. That part's true. But, and like, if you want to make the argument.
If that's the case, Idris Elba ain't black.
Right. Come on.
Huh? Like, this shit don't make sense. Yo.
John Boyega, not black. Y'all was just repping this dude 5 minutes ago. He was a shit, but he's not black now.
Right.
The black dude in Star Wars is not black. Like, this shit doesn't make any sense.
That dude can trace his lineage back to fucking Africa. He more black than you.
Right. Like, Daniel Kaluuya. He not black? He look pretty black to me.
I mean,
right?
God damn.
Like,
you turn off the lights, you got to have him open his eyes and smile to see him.
Daniel, where are you? Right? So, like, this idea, and I love Daniel Kaluuya. We're just fucking around. But,
yeah.
But it's this idea of splitting black people up in these, like, arbitrary ways. Look, I normally don't invoke this group because I don't want their bullshit in my mentions, but I'm willing to allow it this time. I think a lot of this comes from that ADOS group. American Descendants of Slaves. Like, it's perfectly fine to identify yourself as an American descendant of slaves. But the problem is that group has been hijacked by a bunch of people who are like, if you're not if you're not Black American and both of your parents are visibly Black, then you don't count as a Black person. No, I disagree with that. I think that's disgusting. And I think the people who are in charge of it, the people who advocate for that sort of thinking are, I think you're pathetic. And I think you're doing what white supremacists do. I think you do the same thing where Italians weren't Black or Italians weren't white until it was convenient, or, you know, the Irish weren't white until it was convenient. It's the same thing that they do. And I think you've taken white supremacist mindset and you've just applied it to your own people. And I don't like it in them, and I don't like it in us either. I think it's shitty. And I look, you can stay in the mentions all day. I think the ADOS movement is gross. I think it's really fucking gross. And it is not about Black empowerment at all. It's about Black separation. And that's a fucking problem. And it should be called out.
Right. Anybody that is a separatist believes in supremacy, right?
Right. 100%.
And that's not, that's not what our ancestors fought for, right? Like, they fought to be equal and left alone. That's it.
Right.
I am your equal, and I want you to leave me alone.
Just like you want me to leave you alone.
Exactly.
Right.
So
that's not a separatist, by the way. Because some people would be like, well, that's what's no, they literally fought against separate but equal. That's literally what they fought against. So no, you want to live in a society where you are free to prosper and your children are free to prosper, but you're not trying to be subjugated. And that's what they fought for. Like, this idea, and I guess this kind of ties into that last preview episode we had, right? Like, this idea of, you know, we were better when we were, you know, apart from everybody. That's not true either. Like, that's not true either. So I don't know. I don't like seeing her being like black checked. That really pissed me off. I was like, and the people doing it, I can't say for sure because I don't know what is in everybody's heart. But let me just tell you how I feel about it. What it tells me is, like, what I feel like it is like, why don't you just say you don't want Black people to lead because there's power. You feel like there's power in us being pushed down, because there's always an excuse when a Black person is leading. There's always a reason for certain people to cut them down. I saw a person in that fucking ADOS movement when John Lewis died, talking about John Lewis has done nothing for Black people. John Lewis has done nothing for Black people. Like, there is a fundamental dysfunction for some people that they don't want to get out of this shit. They want to stay in it. And that's fucked up to me, but don't try to drag us down in it. We're trying to move past that shit. Not that slavery didn't exist, or, you know, inequality doesn't exist, or, you know, racism doesn't exist. Those things you should acknowledge, and they are very real when you challenge them all the time. But this idea of like, well, Kamala Harris ain't Black, so we still push down. Like, yes, we are still pushed down, but she's also still Black. Like, Barack Obama is Black. He was the president. You don't have to deny that to somehow keep yourself marginalized. I just don't understand that.
Yeah, why would? Yeah. Wow, John Lewis didn't do anything for Black people. I mean, he literally bled, literally as in using the term correctly, literally
right.
bled for this movement, but he's done nothing for Black people. Wow, that's funny. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that being the victim is an attention seeking thing, right? Like, it's an attention seeking tool. It's something that your life isn't going well and you always have something else to blame it on, right? It's like how conspiracy theories get started, right? Like, you can't believe something like this would happen, so you invent a conspiracy to try and justify it, right? Like, right. It's the same thing, right? Like, your life isn't going the way you thought it was, because that's what it is to me anyway, right? Like, because people are self, you know, they're into themselves. And yeah, man, like, and it's easy to be the victim. It's hard to lead. It's hard to.
It's very hard to lead.
So it's like when you it's like in school they used to tell us we're gonna start you with an A, and you got to keep it, right?
Right.
This means that you have high expectations expected of you at all times,
Right.
and you can't slip but once, right? Like
Right.
that's that mentality, and it's much easier to crawl up. But once you're there, it's like, well, now what do I do? Like? No, it's hard, man.
It's really hard. Right.
So and the human condition won't allow us to just be like, nah, this is hard. I don't know if I can do this.
Right.
Right. So you have to tear down. Like, I'm just tired of it, man. I'm tired of us tearing each other down.
Yeah.
Like we get it from all sides, man. All sides. Every minority and the majority. They tear black people down. People with dark skin.
Yeah.
They tear down. I was looking at a this was a while ago, some award show or something was announced. I think it was the Emmys or something. And there was talk about why Latin people aren't getting nominated like black people.
Right.
And one, I agree, right? Like there's a bunch of Latin actors who are doing very good work and they should be recognized for it. But at the same time, you have people like John Leguizamo who was like, yo, when are we going to get a piece of the pie? And it's like, literally the year before Gennaro Jarrell or whatever that dude's name was, he was in When They See Us.
Mm-hmm.
He won an Emmy, and he's Afro-Latino.
Yeah.
And then the discussion became, oh, so is it because is it because the light-skinned Latin people aren't winning or getting nominated?
Mm.
Or like Afro-Latinos are a thing. Right. Don't erase them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like there are black people everywhere. Right. And we get it from everywhere. So when I see us doing it,
it makes it worse. It's worse.
Right. Like it just sucks, man. It really does. Like I'm tired of it.
Yeah. I want to just be clear because I want to make sure that I have the direct quote about the John Lewis thing. John Lewis was in all capital letters, never an icon to people in fundamental Black American society. He was an icon to white society because he promoted the ideology of passivity and forgiveness for white supremacist terrorism. Interestingly enough, you could probably change that and put Martin Luther King too, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right.
If you don't know anything about Martin Luther King, sure.
This is a black dude saying this. This is a guy who made a bunch of bullshit DVDs they sell in barbershops trying to tell black people about black history.
Yo, never trust a nigga named Tariq, yo. Never trust a nigga named Tariq. Never trust a nigga with a Q in his name. Get out of here, yo. I know a Tariq. That Tariq is very nice. He doesn't have a Q in his name. Don't trust a nigga with a Q in his name.
The only black person I'm going to accept the Q in their name is Q-Tip because he's one of my favorite rappers. That's it.
There you go.
That's it.
And that ain't his real.
That ain't even his real name.
So, so that don't count.
Nah. Kamal is his real name. Get out of here. Even he knew. He was like, I can't be my real name. No, I mean, that's what he wrote. Like, for real. That's what he wrote. No, I don't think, like, just say you don't like black people, man. Just say you don't like black people so we can move on. Just say you don't like black women so we can just move on.
Why does he traffic in that shit?
Because there are dumb niggas in that ADOS movement who fucking support him. He's one of the biggest names in that shit.
And I can't. Like,
and I'm sure if he heard this, he'd be like, but you can't fight me though. Okay, I guess. I can fight you with a baseball bat, I bet. But like, whatever. Like, that's always his response. What you gonna do about it? I'm 40 years old. I don't need to fist fight a nigga I disagree with on the internet.
I'm gonna do the same thing I'm doing now. I'm gonna talk shit just like you are. Like, who the fuck cares, yo? Yeah. Like, how people don't understand. this is what a race hustler is, right?
Yeah, no, he is. He's a race hustler. Yeah.
This is what a race hustler is. Like, I wish white people would look at this dude and people would call like Sharpton a race hustler and shit. Like, at Sharpton's worst, he was an ambulance chaser for race, right?
Yeah, he was. Okay, he was.
But that dude's not a race hustler.
No,
Like,
but he also fought for black people a lot.
Right.
Yeah, he did.
This dude, Tariq, is a race hustler.
Yeah.
And I bet he has way more white fans than
100%.
than he would want to admit.
Well, it's like him, whatever that dude's name is, Tommy Sotomayor or whatever his name.
I don't know who that. I know
He's another one. He's another one. All those dudes.
Tariq, and I know Omar Johnson or Umar. Whatever.
They hate each other too. Those niggas hate each other. But they're both very silly for two very different reasons. But I just don't understand the idea of tearing black people apart, especially when we're making it. Like, I don't think there's a reason to tear black people down. Like, we joke, like, look, don't get it twisted. We joke on this show and make a lot of funny jokes and probably pretty ignorant jokes, if I'm being honest. But that's what they are. They're jokes, right? Like, I'm sure people could go back and look at when Kamala Harris dropped out of the race. And Micah made a very, I thought funny, but people did not think it was funny. They took it very seriously, joke about her.
My wife is a black lawyer, guys. I'm trying to give you a little bit of insight into what we do.
Right.
Get out of here, man.
Right. But people took it really seriously. But they're jokes. Like, they're not real. Like, that's not like our real thoughts on things. Like, some of it is a joke. You should be able to pick up on them because most of the jokes are pretty outlandish.
Guess what? Guess what, folks? I don't care enough about Morris Chestnut to hate the dude.
Right. It's a joke.
It's a joke, yo.
I can't believe you.
It's a bit, yo. It's a bit.
But, one thing I do not like, and it doesn't matter that I like Kamala Harris, and I do. And it wouldn't matter if I liked her or not. Don't black check people just because, like, they're biracial. That's stupid to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And again, it's a white supremacist thought process. That doesn't mean that you are a white supremacist. It just means that you are using a white supremacist thought process. Like, if you're saying that black people are black because of the one drop rule, then Kamala Harris is black. Right? Dad's black, she's black. If you're saying that we got to get rid of the one drop of black blood rule, because that's an American racist rule, and that's perfectly fine, then how do you define black people then? Because African Americans, how do you define it? How? Right? Like, and again, black does not mean African American, because there are black Brits. The only difference, as I posted online, the only difference between Jamaicans and African Americans is a boat ride, my nigga. Like, it's just a boat stop. They just stop there first.
Right.
That's it. Like, this idea of like,
why do you think Jamaicans have like very European sounding surnames, right?
Right.
I know a woman who is of Jamaican descent. Her last name is Llewellyn.
Right.
Like, come on, yo. Like, it
like, do you think that, like, they just sprung out of the ground in Jamaica? Like, no.
Right, dude. Like,
where do you think they came from? How do you think black people got to Brazil? Huh? Hey, what do you think? Right? They got to Jamaica because they were cutting sugar cane for free, just like we were picking cotton. It's just a different crop. So, yes, They are black, and they share a lot. Like Deacon, who has, been a guest on the show a number of times, he made a great point. He was like, oh, Jamaicans aren't black? Y'all be going down to Jamaica looking for, what do you say, something like Austin St. John will blow your back out. He's black then. Get the fuck out of here.
Right. Yeah. Everybody goes to Jamaica when they can't find a nigga that'll take them on a date for more than $28. They go to Jamaica to get their groove back.
Right. Come on, man. Tay Diggs wasn't in Jamaica. He wasn't black in that movie. Yes, he was. Come on. Like that's silly. And like we got to stop moving the goalpost when we get a level of success to push ourselves back. Like that to me is the most dangerous part. And it's the thing that I hope people take away from this. Like, I don't think it's just because she's a black woman that people are doing this, though I think that's a lot of it. Because we saw it with Obama as well. I think there are some black people that are so deathly afraid that for a moment we might pull ourselves out, and they are so steeped. And that's not all black people. I don't even think it's even close to the majority, but there are some very loud minority of black people who are terrified to lose that power of saying, if I'm not making it, people are going to ignore my struggle because other black people are more successful. And by the way, Barack Obama was president. That black people are still struggling. Like, it didn't fix everything with black people. And Kamala Harris being vice president or president at some point later, maybe, it's not going to fix everything with racism either. That's silly.
Well, Barack Obama's not black. That's why he didn't do anything for black people while he was president. You see, a real black president, an ADOS black president would only help black people.
That's how the presidency works.
And he would have all non-black African Americans targeted and thrown in the gulag.
I guess. I don't know. I guess I'll have to. You guys put up a solid ADOS presidential candidate, and I'd love to see their platform. I just find it. I find it odd. I just find it odd. I think we can do better. I think the vast majority of us are. I'll give a personal anecdote. I think it's pretty dope that there is a chance that my daughter might grow up in a world where the vice president and maybe a future president is the two races her parents are. Like, that's kind of awesome for her. Like, again, black people are everywhere. Like, they are. So, I don't know. I mean,
it legit could happen. She's 2 steps away from the presidency, yo. She's 1 election and 1 tragedy away from being the president.
Tragedy? This nigga's 100 years old. It's natural causes. What the fuck? Joe got 2 years. Get out of here.
I'm sure it'll be a tragedy for Jill.
I'm sure. I'm sorry for your loss. Let's go. And by the way, if I was Kamala Harris, I would 100%, if I became the president through the untimely death of Joe Biden, I would immediately bring in a woman vice president and be like, fuck y'all, die mad. Like 100%. Fuck it. Die mad. Who cares? You can't do that.
Start the America is officially a matriarchal society.
Yeah, boom, pound the gavel, man. I would look. I wouldn't even hesitate. I get to appoint it. It's not even an election. Shit. Come on, man. That would be awesome. That's exactly what I would do. Fuck them. Yeah, like and like really piss them off. I'd be like, you know what? Stacey Abrams, 2 black women. Just double down. Like, fuck. Yeah, why not?
This isn't to say that I think Kamala Harris is Kamala Harris is the perfect candidate.
Nope, it has nothing to do with the politics.
Yeah, I personally I don't think so. But like, this is the ticket we got, and it's not a horrible ticket. So yeah, get out there and vote for them.
Get out there and vote for them.
But the black checking got to stop, yo. The black checking got to stop. Anybody that black checks somebody, I'm gonna look at your last name, and if your last name doesn't sound African to me, then you ain't black. Or if your last name isn't Freeman,
right?
Then you ain't black.
You're right.
Fuck you.
Right, and it's stupid, man. It's stupid. Like, how far do you want to go back in order to define a black person? Because it seems like it's just about as far back as you, right? Like, as long as whatever it is that makes you black is apparently the prerequisite, right? Like, however my lineage is, you need to mirror that. That's stupid. Again, that's a very white supremacist ideology. So, yeah, I think black checking is silly. I think it does us no favors. Frankly, if you stop doing it, there's more of us. Like, the fuck? Why are we dwindling our numbers? Get out of here. Look, we're taking it down from the inside, man. Like, who cares? Gives a fuck. Spoiler alert. If like black people are treated shittily all over the world, that's true. You know who's also treated really shittily all over the world? Indian people. Especially dark ones.
And guess what? They got a lot of black ones of those too.
Yeah, you see a picture of her mom? She's not a North Indian, dude. She's from Chennai. She's dark. Nah, yo.
So,
fuck out of here.
I don't get it, yo. I don't get it.
No,
yo, I wish someone would tell some fucking big ass yardie that he ain't black.
Yeah, all right.
Fucking cut your goddamn head off with a machete, nigga.
Because they can't have guns. Yeah, go ahead. Like that's what I don't understand, man. People talk a lot of cash shit, like, oh, you ain't black. All right, go ahead over there and tell him. Go tell Idris Elba he ain't black. Go ahead. Go tell him over there. See what happens. Like, this shit is stupid. Like, that's how you sound. You sound foolish. Again, we can have struggles and deal with those things, and that's okay, and that is going to continue to happen because there's no miracle coming. But sometimes one of us makes it. And if they're not doing something like, look, if you disagree with Kamala Harris because her policies or something like that, that's perfectly fine. I'm not talking about that. I have plenty of things to say about her policies and her, her opportunity running for president, things like that. Those are all perfectly fine things, and don't get it twisted. I don't want to hear anything, well, she support. I'm not talking about policies, right? Just talking about, is she a black woman or not? And the answer is yes, she is. Especially according to a black female fraternity, yes, she is. Because it's a part of the prerequisite. You cannot join it and just be a random person. Pretty sure you have to be a black woman. It's a black fraternity. And I saw those pictures from college. She looks black as fuck. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, yo. She, with her 90s haircut and shit.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah,
knock it off.
Man. I literally saw someone, and this is why I don't get on Facebook a lot anymore. Like, I don't even lurk a lot anymore. I saw someone who said that Rachel Dolezal has more black features than Kamala Harris.
See, I think that's a person who hates black women.
Yeah, yo. Like,
yeah, you just hate black women. Just say that.
I'm just like, yo, come on, man. Like, it doesn't.
Like, she has more black. Like, I guess you could make that argument if she was biracial. She's not. She's just straight white. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, she doesn't. Her dad is black. Like, period. Again, I don't even understand how people are arguing this. And if you said, oh, well, you could make an argument that she's not African American. Okay.
That's fine.
She's still black.
Right.
She's still black.
And I think that's the pedantic thing that people want to use for their argument, but they're not like smart enough to like speak it into words.
Right.
But I look, if she can help get us out of the hell that we are in right now,
I don't give a fuck what color.
I don't give a fuck. Yo, I will vote for fucking Woody Woodpecker and Chili Willy. All I care at this point. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Those guys are for drone strikes, Mike. I don't know if you know those.
Look, I don't give a fuck. Chili Willy, he black and white. Guess what? He black.
Just for the love of God, win. That's all I need. That's all I need.
Right, yo.
That's all I need.
We'll deal with the fallout. We'll deal with them once they're in there.
Yeah, at least they're normal. Their brains are normal functioning. So yeah, look, knock it off. The black checking, all these new movements or whatever to try to separate black people. FAB, like,
I don't know what that is.
Fundamentally American black or whatever. I don't know. It's his new hustle.
It's his. Oh, well, then that's why I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's a new one. He's got a new hashtag, everybody. He's got a new hashtag. Which
ADOS sounds like some sort of critical error. So you can't really use it. You know?
He's a critical error. So yeah, it's I don't believe in like all of those hashtags of all these like different type, like I'm not this kind of black, I'm blackity black, or I'm fundamentally African black. Like, how about this? I'm a black person. That's it. That's it. And I give a fuck about struggles of black people here, in the Caribbean, in Britain, all across Europe, even Aboriginal folks in Australia. I give a fuck. I give a fuck about black Christians getting treated like shit. I give a fuck about black atheists being treated like shit. I give a fuck about black Jews being treated like shit. Right? Like, it doesn't matter. Those are my people. So I'm not going to try to divide myself and say, oh, these people don't count or I don't give a fuck about them because they're a different type of black. Get the fuck out of here with that. Get the fuck out of here. We're supposed to be better than that.
Black Israelites can fuck off, but like the rest of them.
Yeah, no, okay, that's fair. These guys are insane. They're insane. I like them for their insane logic. Like that's my favorite. A dude told me he was not, this dude was as black as I am. Like I'm like, yo, this guy was like, I'm not a descendant from Africans. I was like, word? Are you sure? Okay, please indulge me. Where are your people from? He's like, nah, I'm from Israel. I was like, oh, are you an Israelite? And he was like, yeah. It's like, no, you're not. I was like, no, you're not. Like, I mean, maybe partially, sure, but like, you're not. There's no one in your family, your history that's black, nigga. You look just like me and every other nigga I've ever seen in Baltimore. Like, knock it off. And dude was like, some other dude came in and was like, Israel is in Africa. I was like, I'm sorry, what? Like, we can have like interpretive conversations about a lot of things. Nigga, geography is a 1 or a 0. Like, it either is or it isn't. Like, Israel is not in Africa. And this dude was like, nah, but if you look at the African tectonic plates, and I was like, and block. Till we're done. Yo, I'm not arguing tectonic plates with you. Which I looked up before I blocked him. Yeah, there are countries on the continent of Africa that are not in the African tectonic plate. So I guess those people aren't black either. I don't know. I don't know what the Hotep reasons are. The shit is crazy to me. All of this. It's nuts. So
I like the way black Israelites dress because they remind me of this fighting game character that I just sent you. His name is Zasalamel. He carries a scythe and he's black.
Yeah, that's about right. What game is this from?
It's from Soul Calibur.
Jesus Christ, this guy looks ridiculous. Wow.
Anyway.
Yeah, that's a Hotep. He's a Hotep character. Wow, he's even got the Hotep shoes. Amazing. So yeah, I do not approve of alienating black people just because they have a parent who's of a different race. Nope.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, guys.
No, I don't agree with that. I think that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do better. Just do better. Like, fuck that. If Joe Biden and Kamala Harris win, a black woman is vice president. A black and Indian woman is vice president. Like, if Indian people are like, an Indian's vice president, I'm like, cool. If black people are like, a black woman is vice president, cool. I don't care. Look, they got every right to claim it just like we do. Cool with it. Doesn't matter. Look, that menu at the White House, if it's got beef patties and dosa on that menu, I'm fine with it. I don't give a shit. Who cares? It's fine. Yeah. Look, all of that just adds to the richness that is the black diaspora, and there's nothing wrong with that. Respect it. Just respect it. All right. So we'll be back next week with episode 181, Just Mercy. Hopefully you guys listened to episode 180 on Panther, which I thought was a very good episode, by the way. It was a really good conversation. So look forward to Just Mercy next week. Again, you can rent it on Amazon and other places that you can rent it. And we will see you guys next time.
See ya.
All right. Bye. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the black community.